Niamh, excitement is building in Kerry with another All-Ireland final on the horizon, not that long away now, another training session under the belts tonight, and you'd be looking forward now to the next few days.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, it's a great old buzz. Looking forward to another All Ireland final, as you say. Um, we've I suppose a couple of sessions to go before we head up to Dublin next weekend, so they'll be very important to us. And yeah, we're training way hard, and hopefully we'll get over the line this year.
I could see that with the training session that we had tonight was fairly intense, and I suppose that's what you want, even in trainings, that you are getting that almost that match day experience.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's what's driving us on this year. Every training session that we've had in the last few months, and just going back, I suppose, to November, has been very intense. All the new girls coming into the panel this year have really kind of drove us on, and the panel depth that we have now is phenomenal, and that just all comes down to the hard training sessions that we're doing.
I suppose just to touch on the panel depth, obviously Schieffer's made her first start since coming back in that Armagh game in the semi-final, and you look at the likes of Aoife Delan, who came in when Cott picked up an injury. She's taken it like a duck to water in the defence. Mary O'Connell, who was a sub last year, it looks like she's going to be nailed on for midfield for the final this year. She's really taken that role this time around, but it just shows the quality that Kerry have, not only in their 15, but the 30 strong panel that you possess.
Yeah, absolutely. All those girls you've mentioned, they've been hanging around the panel now for a few years, so they've come on leaps and bounds every year that they've been on the panel. And as you said, like Mary O'Connell has been phenomenal for us in the middle of the field all year. Delan thrown into the things. There's in Munster Championship, and she's just been phenomenal for us. And then Schieffer comes back in her first start and gets player of the match. Like, that's just the panel depth that we have. And there's loads more than as well. Scan came on the last day, and I'd say she had about 4 turnovers in the space of about 10 minutes. And that's what's going to hopefully get us over the line in All Ireland final, is just the work rate that everyone puts in.
And, it's been impressive to say the least, the campaign in terms of the games, and you're taking the learnings game by game in the game management. When you look at Meath and you look at Armagh the last day, that game management can stand you when you go into an All-Ireland final.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I suppose one of the main things for the team this year was learning, I suppose, from every game that we've played, how to see out games and how to manage different situations that we come up against in games. And I suppose that's kind of something that we have developed now, and I think it's standing to us, as you said, like in the Armagh game, when we needed to defend, we were able to defend in those situations. And I think the only score was at 2 points in the second half, something like that anyway. So that was great to see from our perspective, that we were able to manage those situations and get out of those tight games.
And probably learning as well from defeats, not so much games that you've played. I know when we were looking ahead to last year's final, talking to Darren Declan, they said, there was assessment done after the 22 final going into the 2023 season, and no doubt there was assessment done on that final when you were preparing for the 24 campaign as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at I suppose there was different areas we obviously needed to improve on coming out from last year, just like any season. You just reflect on the season before, I suppose, and try to see where yourself as a player can improve on, and the team then can improve on. And I think we've probably done that this year, and we've grown the panel depth, I suppose, and we're just learning from last year, like how to manage games, I suppose, a bit better. And that's just, I think it's kind of highlighted now that we've reached another All-Ireland final. So I think we've learned a lot from the last couple of seasons.
In all areas of the field, it looks like Kerry are strong, not just the potent forwards, but the defence. I think only 1 goal has been conceded from yourselves in the championship, and that came back in Ballybofey. And since then, you've been very, very strong in terms of the defence and the attack. Even that defence in the second half against Armagh, they were back there. The likes of Cayley was turning nearly everything over. Deirdre Carney, I know we spoke about that after, but that's the kind of thing where you might look at last year and say, you want that strong defence. When you can see Galway might be playing with a bit of a blanket defence as well. They did that against Cork in that semi-final up in Tullamore, that you'll be wanting to have that attack to break it down, but also to showcase that defensive fortitude that you have been showing this season.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, it was only the 1 goal was it against Donegal and Ballybofey, and to be fair, that was probably one as well that nearly just dropped in under the crossbar. To be fair, the wind was horrendous. But as you said, the defensive setup that we have now has probably, I suppose, been the foundation for our attack and everything. The girls are unbelievable at bringing the ball out of defence as well. So not only are they defending like Trojans, like they're setting up majority of the attacks as well. So that's just something that I suppose we've been working on, and something that's, I suppose, vital to our team as well. Like, it's just been great to see like that they're contributing to scores as well. So I think it just shows the strength that we have around the field, that we're not just relying on a couple of forwards scoring everything. Like Ciara Murphy's gotten a couple of scores, Aisling O'Connell pops up with scores. Like, it'll take some team defence from Galway's point of view to stop all those attacks the next day. So look at, yeah, that's just it's incredible to see that they're contributing to the scores as well as keeping goals out.
When we spoke after the Munster final, I said to you, you're the first captain to Captain Kerry to a Munster title in all those years, and way back when you were a substitute. How does it feel now, all these years later, that you'll now get the chance to Captain Kerry on a Lorna final day, be able to run out and maybe come home with a bit of silverware?
Yeah, look, it's, I suppose, a massive privilege to be even just involved with this bunch. So, and I suppose it's a massive honour, obviously, to captain an incredible team. So yeah, it's a massive honour, and be really looking forward to Sunday in 2 weeks to hopefully come back with the silverware. Yeah.